Well, hello. Pop out chat. I'm just getting this stream set up here so I can communicate with you beautiful people. Thank you all for showing up this fine evening or morning, depending on what side of the world you are on. Let's get this kicked off this evening. Switch over there. Boom. And I gotta switch that camera. Here we go. Tonight we are having some Knob Creek smoked maple. Now I just saw this in the store, and I know that some people are purists and they don't really like the whole flavored whiskeys, but I got a taste for the Jack Daniel's Jack Honey. I really like it, and then I saw Knob Creek smoked maple. I like Knob Creek because it's a very strong tasting bourbon. I like the flavor a lot. So I saw this, and it's like a Knob Creek's version of the Jack Honey. So I quite enjoy it, and it's kind of like that. So welcome to the stream. What's with the sexy green light on the side of the panel? Green light on the side of the panel. Oh, I see what you're saying. That is what we call lens flare. Let's see, watch. From this one over here. So that little lens flare right there. So over here we are on the Sigma 18-35 on the GH5. That's tonight's A cam. Don't intend on requiring the autofocus too much. So I've got the A7S3 over here. I'll give you a little tour of the studio. And then over here on the probe lens, we've got the wireless transmitter of the A7S3. So we've got two A7S3s in here this evening. And that's the setup. So let's go over some lights. Let's turn this one on, get this other camera going. And then we'll get into what's going on with the whole setup this evening and what the heck the title of this stream is, the last Wednesday live stream. All right, here we go. So let me know how this one looks. This is the A7S3 on the Sigma 24-70 f2.8. Got the autofocus on rapid fire setting. Here's the setup for this evening. We got the whiskey shot with the probe lens over here with the Lupo Super Panel Full Color 60 with the grid behind it. And then over here, that's my wireless OC monitor. Everything's all wireless for that monitor. I can just pick it up and play with it. I'll show you that in a second. I've talked about it in the past. I love this thing. It's awesome. We've got my iPad here for managing the comments and interacting with you gentlemen and sometimes women somehow. And then we got the GH5 over there. And for the lights, we got the Intelitech LC120 with the grid up there. And that's a common light that I use because it's just frequently easier to turn on and set up than anything else. I've got my setup over here, and then I've got my ATEM setup over here. Of course, we got the Nova back there shooting fire onto the background. And then we've got the Lupo Dayled 650, which is a very, very nice Fresnel. It's just straight up just a daylight temperature Fresnel. It's got barn doors. It's dedicated Fresnel. It's really nice. And then we've got the Came TV Bolton Andromeda Slim Tube, just shooting a little bit of orange back there. And then we've also got the Falcon Eyes RX818, shooting some light down onto the Fresnel to just kind of help outline it a little bit and give more light into the whole studio. And that's our setup. Pretty easy, just ready to go. And then we've got the, I like this whiskey shot. Oh man, see, that's the thing with this probe lens. You have to be exact because it's a macro lens, and you move something just like a half an inch, and it's out of the frame, you know. So I got to be careful. That's going to be harder the later this evening goes on. Anyways, all right. Yeah, no, not another dope Nova feature. just lens flare. Unfolding Ideas nice. Robert Machado, welcome back, man. Did I order a 600D? Not yet. So I think that I might actually just be ordering a second Nova, but that also, yeah, because I mean, the 600D is so much light that I don't think that I need it. I mean, I do all my stuff indoors. It's just so much light, and I really enjoy the Nova. I like having the Nova be controlled with Sidus Link on the iPad. It's super convenient. It just works great for me. It's one of my favorite panels. It's one of the best value panels. 600D, I mean, the 120D is like, I don't even use that thing at 100%. I use it at, 65% power. The 300D, it's overkill. I use the 300X. That one's plenty of light and it's bicolor. 600D, I would probably only ever use it at like 15% power. So I think that I would use another Nova though because of Sidus Link. We've also got the Rotolite Titan on the way to the studio, the Titan X1, and that's going to be another incredible light that I see myself using a lot. So we're going to review that one. And then we have the KL panel, which is an RGB WLC, which is red, green, blue, white, cyan, lime. So it's got 6 color channels, and it's priced to compete against the Aperture Nova. That one's on the way to the studio pretty soon. So we've got a lot of lights coming in right now, and the 600D, it would be underutilized if I spent the money on that. So that's where that is. Tommy Calloway, how do you get latency with wireless video transmitters? So here's the trick with using the inexpensive wireless video transmitters, because I've got the Mars 300 on here, and then I've got another Mars 300 Pro over here. And in fact, where is it? Here we are. When the red Komodo gets here, it ships next week, by the way. I'll be using the Mars 400S Pro with it because of the SDI capabilities. But to get lower, I never show my mouth speaking when I'm using one of the wireless transmitters. So usually when I have the camera pointed at my mouth and I'm narrating or talking, then it's obvious that I'm wired in, I'm connected, because there's zero latency. There are 0 millisecond latency transmitters, but I don't own one, so I can't do that yet. So now, whenever I have another camera on screen, like the whiskey cam over here, I'm talking, there's latency, but it doesn't matter because you don't see my mouth. It's transparent to you. So that's the whole latency situation right now. Did you order your second A7S III yet? The question. Well, I got one on the probe lens, and then here's the second one. So, I mean, I don't know if that answers your question. Also, the Komodo ships next week. So, there's that. Let's see. Robert. Thanks, Nils Code. Thanks for that retweet earlier. Yeah, Robert Machado, he started a Patreon, if you guys don't know. He's a very talented cinematographer. He's giving away little pieces of his brain in the form of small monetary pieces on a Patreon. So go subscribe to his Patreon and his channel. He's super awesome. He was a guest on here just last week. So you mean I have to get lit drunk on whiskey on a different night of the week? Well, it's 2020, so anything goes. Yeah, we're going to be moving this to Thursday nights. That's the whole point of this title. It's my last Wednesday live stream, because Wednesday just doesn't work for me. I'm going to move it on to Thursdays, so same time, 10 o'clock probably. But it's going to be Thursdays moving forward. So not tomorrow, but next week moving forward, we're going to be doing this on Thursday nights. So, I mean, yeah, if it was clickbait, it was clickbait. I don't know. You tell me. We still got the whiskey cam. We're still doing it. We're going to have a sip. Now, what is happening to my framing? My camera moved. I don't know how that happened. I guess it's already getting a little crazy in here. What's up, Mr. Camera Junkie? Thanks for showing up. He bought the Ronin S off of me on the previous stream. I called out, said I would sell it for $200. So that is showing up at his house tomorrow. Thanks again for that. I never used it, so I hope that it treats you well. And you just got your pre-order confirmation tonight. You need to pick up the 120D as well. Robert, was that the 600D? Did you order it? That's awesome. Trying to catch up on some of these comments here, guys. You got it. Haven't had time to go deep into your videos. Just checked one. Okay, yeah, he's talking to Robert. Cine X, morning, Tommy. Well, good morning, or good afternoon, good evening, and possibly good night for any of you Truman Show fans. Nils, stream is popping off already. Yeah, dude, there's getting a lot of comment activity right now. I guess that title really sold it. Awesome. Loving the setup. These streams are great. Thank you, Samson, or Just Samson. I don't know if that is your surname, so I'll just call you Just until you correct me. Thank you, Just. Chris, let's see that panel screen. The panel screen. What do you mean by the panel screen? Oh, I'm sorry. Yep. Okay. So this is my wireless monitoring setup. This is how I see what's going on with my cameras. And so if I switch cameras, it'll change over here. I can go program. I generally keep it on multi-view though, so I can see if one of my camera's batteries dies or something. But this is the OC monitor. I've talked about it on my streams in the past. It's got the Mars 300S transmitter on here. 300S Pro, I think it is, or 300 Pro, one of those. So that one is powered via USB from the monitor itself. And it's all powered through a single V-mount battery. So I just plug in the battery and I just leave the switch in the on position so it immediately turns on the monitor and the transmitter, and then it just immediately connects to my ATEM or Atom, whatever you want to call it, I don't care, Mini Pro, and then it starts feeding it out. So it's extremely handy. I usually have it on a C-stand rolling around, but it's actually completely wireless, and I love this thing. They were doing some kind of crazy holiday promotion. They were selling them for like $700. The monitors, I think they're usually about $1,100. I don't know if they're up or they're the same, but that's what it costs. That is a great tool for doing these type of streams. Let's see, what type of projects are you excited? Here we go. I need to get a thing that logs my comments in chronological order, because when they start getting crazy, it's hard to follow these things. Let's see. W says, what types of projects are you excited to shoot with that Komodo? YouTube videos. I am not a paid professional cinematographer or filmmaker. This is a hobby effort. I do this for fun in the evenings and on the weekends. I want to do it full time, but it just doesn't pay enough yet. So when we get there, then I guess we'll get there. But for now, it's just YouTube. I like gear. I'm passionate about it, and lights, and learning about how to make things look more professional, look more awesome. I think this shot looks pretty darn good. I want to make sure everything's tack sharp in focus, colors are correct. I want to make everything sound good. It's just a thing that I'm, I don't know, passionately curious about, or curiously passionate about. I don't know which order those adjectives should go in, but yeah, I'll be the least qualified Red owner operator in the world. And I'm okay with that. It's just, you guys are going to be following me on my adventure to learn what it's like to go from a mirrorless camera set up to create YouTube content to like a Red Komodo. Like, how does that affect your workflow? So that's probably the first thing that I'm going to cover with it. So maybe it's not going to be, amazing commercial projects like Jason Momoa or anything like that, but it is going to be interesting from the perspective of someone who wants to create content or learn about what it takes to get into cinema level files and R3D files and that type of workflow. That's going to be really interesting, because I'll be able to cover all that because I'm going through it, and I don't have any training on cinema cameras. I've just watched a couple of YouTube videos, and I think that I've got a handle on it. So we'll see. I'm going to mess up this name. Januzaj Aiden? I don't know. That was horrible. I'm sorry I messed up your name. Good evening, sir. How do you achieve color accuracy with RGB lights? For instance, when I tuned my light to green, the color in my camera appeared somewhat yellowish. Well, that's due to your little friend called white balance. You are going to want to pick up one of these guys. This is a gray card. You can pick it up for $5, possibly less. If you were super broke, you could probably even just like get a gray t-shirt or something. Just point it at that, point your camera at that, and to the white balance setting, click custom white balance, and then it'll take a picture of the gray thing, and then it'll make sure it's tuned to the proper color of your lights. And use that in a white light, whatever your white light setting is. Now, certain RGB lights now have a CCT setting, because when you set something to the color of green, you've also got the white color that's going to blend with that to make it appear green to the camera. Because if you've got your camera set to 3200 Kelvin, it's looking for tungsten light bulbs, like what I've got going on behind me. That fire scene is tungsten, because my camera is tuned to daylight, like 56 or 5500 Kelvin. My white lights are set to 5500 degrees Kelvin. Now this light here is set to, let's do this little demo. This light right now is set to 4950, so it is slightly warmer than white. But if I move this guy down to if you didn't have custom white balance, you could set the white balance on your actual camera when you're taking pictures or video. If your camera was set to 2700 degrees Kelvin or 2800 degrees Kelvin, this orange light would appear white, but this white light over here in my stream, that would appear light blue, or maybe really blue. So it all comes down to setting the correct white balance. You got to do that if you want the colors. If your colors on your RGB lights are not appearing to your camera with as to what you see with your eyes. So that's probably the problem. What kind of movies? Let's see, Tech AK Pro. What kind of movies you like to act? I don't act in movies at all, other than my YouTube movies, I guess. YouTube videos. Inception's my favorite movie. I'm not an actor. I just do YouTube. Billy Lamb says, "What mic are you using?" I'm using the Synco Mic D2. It is a affordable mic that has similar sound properties to the MKH 416, which I also have, by the way. But on a live stream, if you don't have the foam on this type of microphone here, then it sounds really close to the MKH 416. The foam they ship with this mic is too thick, and it makes it sound muffled. So I use it without the foam, and then it sounds really close. But the difference on the live stream is so minuscule between this and my $1,000 MKH 416. I motioned like this because it's over there, that it doesn't matter. So that's just what I use for the live streams here. And that's plugged into here. Actually, I can just show you. Let me turn this camera on. Make sure it's pumping in the video feed. It takes a second when you turn the camera on to start sending that video feed. Here we are. So we've got the Synco Mic D2 right here, and that is pumping into the MixPre 3. And that MixPre 3 then goes into the audio, I guess the Mic 1 port of the Atom Mini Pro. And that's how I handle my audio. Wireless monitor, yes. Yeah, dude, this thing's great. Let's see, chat jumped down. Hold it like a boombox. Yeah. Love that monitor, man. CineX, I tried your audition preset and it's pretty solid. I tweaked it a little and added some better dynamics. Awesome, dude. Thank you for buying the preset. It helps my channel because I reinvest every dollar that comes through this channel back into the channel, which is one of the reasons we got this guy. We got the probe lens in here, got the red Komodo coming. All this fun equipment that I'm making content on is simply because of people contributing to my channel, doing the buy me a coffee thing, buying my presets, and using my affiliate links. I just reinvested into the channel so I can make stuff like this for you guys. So I appreciate you. Thank you. Newton G. Tommy, I've been using the newer SL60, or is it the Godox SL60, for a couple months. It's okay. What's a better upgrade? Newton, I just made a video this past 4 days ago. If you check on my channel, it's a 30-minute masterclass of what lights you should probably be looking at through what budgets. I start from 0 to 100, go from 100 to 150, from 150 to 250, 250 to 500, 2,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 plus. So I did all those lights that I personally would recommend just off of not knowing what you're using it for. So I guess watch that video first. It's going to teach you a lot about what you get for different budgets of different lighting setups. That's on my channel now. Brad Fogel, wait, what? Last Wednesday late stream just came in. Yeah, so I'm going to be moving these live streams onto Thursday nights at 10. It's in the description, so it wasn't technically clickbait, but thanks for showing up anyways. But yeah, I can't do the Wednesday streams anymore. I guess every time someone asks about it, we're going to do a little cheers here. Boom. And yeah. So I'll still be doing the streams for you guys, but just we have to move them to Thursday nights. It works better for me and my family. Tech for your needs. Hello, folks. And hello to you too. Niels Code says, OBS, my man. OBS, that is what I would be using if I did not use the A10 Mini Pro. But personally, I really, really enjoy the A10 Mini Pro. You know what? All these other people got me calling it the A10 Mini Pro, and I guess that's technically what it's called, but I like to call it the Atom Mini Pro. I feel like it personifies it. Call it, it's Atom, right? It's made streaming possible for me because I don't want to connect to my computer every time. I just want to be able to plug my cameras in, hit stream and go. And OBS, if you have a bunch of stuff going on, it could lag and cut out. So I think that the A10 Mini Pro being able to be directly wired into the Ethernet or Ethernet port is awesome. Lorenzo, all that gear never leaves the studio. Sometimes I'll take it to my wife's office because she's got an industrial complex where she has a bunch of vinyl, which like the type of vinyl you use to make decals and things like that. And I'll try and film some stuff for her. Once in a while, I'll take a camera with me. But yeah, it generally stays locked up in here with me and stays in pristine condition. So there's no scratches on it. It's like a collector with his action figures in the boxes. I try and use it as often as I can though to learn about it and teach you guys about it, to help you guys make informed decisions or just if you're curious about expensive lighting and camera stuff. So yeah, it generally stays in here. Tech for your needs. You're good at what you do. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Takes a lot of practice. Nils Codes, unless he sells it for 2 A7S3s and a red Komodo. Yeah, so some of the gear, if you've been watching my videos, I made a video, how could I afford a red Komodo with YouTube as a hobby? I talked about that a bit, where I had so many lights in here in my studio because I've been reviewing tech for the past couple of years, even longer actually. And, companies send me a bunch of lights and I had no space left to make more content. I had no room in here to have another box. And so it got to the point where I couldn't make more videos if I didn't get rid of some of the stuff. And I've come to the reality that some of the stuff has retired from my studio to the point where I'm not going to use it in any future comparisons. There's no reason for me to still have it. So I was just hoarding it. So I sold all of it and then I bought, a whole bunch of really expensive cameras, which was incredible because my channel doesn't make a ton of money, but it was nice to have like an operating budget to actually get some of the things that I think were really interesting, but I would never be able to get sent to me to make a review on because companies don't generally send, at least me, like free cameras and stuff. So lights are a different story. I feel like every company sends me lights because I'm really good at reviewing them and I know how to show people what they do. But anyone can do that. So if you want to review lights, you can have the throne, by the way. David Gonzalez, Tommy Calloway. So you're documenting your learning curve. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Thanks for showing up, David. Just Sampson, how are you processing your audio? What's the chain? Well, I kind of went over that a little bit. It's just directly through Blackmagic ASIM Mini Pro or Atom Mini Pro. And there's a couple of changes on the audio setting to make sure it's synced up. But other than that, that's it. On my videos, I use my Adobe Audition preset, which I sell for $10. In fact, there's a gentleman here, CineX, in the chat. He bought it. He likes it. There's people that use it on podcasts and stuff. I just drag my audio into Adobe Audition. I hit Command-Shift-T. It automatically processes it, and then I hit save. That's it. That's how I process my audio for all my videos. Chris Beals, have you heard of the Convergent Design Apollo recorder switcher? No, I have not. But it is only a 7-inch OLED screen, touchscreen. Cool. Yeah, no, I've not heard of it, but I'm interested to learn a little bit more about it. CineX, what separates you from others is honesty. That's the reason why I get up in the morning and watch your stream. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't like it when you can tell when someone is being disingenuous, like they're reading a script that they're not in love with or something, or they just don't care about the use cases, or they're only reviewing something because they got it for free, not because they're interested in it. That's when I try and tell people that it's okay to say no to a product if you're not in love with it, right? I mean, you just send it back. There's no reason to hold on to it. It's not like, why would you review something that you're not interested in? It's just going to hurt. It's going to hurt your integrity. And so that's how I've tried to run my channel. So I appreciate that. Alex Miner, yo, why is this the last? Well, here we go. We got another question about why it's the last one. So cheers. It's because we're moving this to Thursdays. We are going to Thursday nights because Wednesdays don't work for me. And as I'm reiterating, every time someone asks that on the stream, I'm doing a little cheers, taking a sip, and moving on to the next. But yeah, Wednesdays didn't work for me anymore. David says, Tommy, what are you monitoring on your headphones? You sound fine. Dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was on a stream just before this with Photo Joseph, and I was listening to them talk to me, so I was monitoring their audio, and I just honestly forgot about it, even though I could see myself with the headphones. I don't know, I tune them out. I don't feel them on my face anymore. I don't know if anyone else gets like that, where you have headphones on and you just forget about them. That's what happens to me. Thanks for reminding me. Appreciate it. Nils says, do you ever go over 9,000? Over 9,000 lux? Yes. Over 9,000 viewers concurrently on a stream? Not yet. 9,000 views, a few videos. $9,000 on a camera? Don't think so. Can't afford that. Ninja, please. Do you think there is a correlation between consumerism and materialism or cynicism? That's a tough question, dude. Don't know if this is the right stream for that. Correlation between consumerism and materialism? Let's go with that. Yes, of course. I mean, that's the whole point of designer branding of clothing, right? It's the epitome of consumerism and materialism. I gotta have that because it's expensive and rare. That's not my philosophy. I mean, I like the expensive cameras because you cannot achieve a similar end result of film or a video unless you have that camera in particular. So yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. It depends. W, what do you think of Tenet? Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any opinions. What is Tenet? I feel like I'm ill-informed. I've heard of it, and how am I not knowing this? Tenet. What is that, a film? Oh, I guess I got to watch it. Cool. I'll put that on my watch list. I'll let you know next time. Nils, Inception, dope choice. Oh man, how far am I behind on this chat? Inception, dope choice. Yeah, I'll try. I'll watch Tenet this evening. Maybe tomorrow, if I have time. Aaron, I haven't seen Inception in ages. Real curious about Tenet now too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that twice. Watch it 3 times. Okay. My 30-minute video on lights is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching it. Thanks for watching it all the way to the end. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was I made that video kind of as a I don't have anything to film specifically this weekend, but I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time because people ask me constantly, what light should I buy? What's the best light? And it's impossible to answer that question unless I have context to how they're going to use it. So that video is just something that I'm going to refer people to. So thanks for watching. Just Samson, I have that mic. The foam that shipped with it is horrible, very shiny and muffled. Like that you running it naked. Yeah, in fact, there's another guy, Caleb Pike, DSLR video shooter. You probably know him if you have ever watched any type of reviews on YouTube. He has a little thing that goes on his shotgun mics for his streams. It's like a little clip-on windscreen, and I want to buy one of those. Those seem really handy and really transparent to the sound that is coming through. Yeah, really worried. Yippee for Thursday night streams. Thank you, Brad, for showing up. that means if you guys have a commute or, you just do something on Fridays, take it easy, then, if you watch the stream on Fridays, then you can start watching it on your easy Fridays or something like that. Nils says Tenet comes out in 6 days. Okay, well then I can't watch it tonight. Thanks a lot. Cool. Now I'm just curious. Now I gotta watch it. Native Sun says, Tommy Calloway, should I start out with a 50 to 100 foot HDMI cables or save for wireless video transmitters? If running cables is not a problem for you, then run the cables because you'll have less latency and they're cheaper and you'll get higher quality out of them, period. If you can't have cables or you don't want to be tripping over them, then go wireless. That's all there is to it, Brad Fogel says, dang, 50 to 100 foot cables often need to be power boosted. Yeah, that's that's probably true. So I guess if you're going that far and you need to power boost it, then maybe that's another reason to go wireless. I don't know. Aaron Parecki, why is this the last live stream? Here we go. Boom, because I'm moving this one to Thursdays. And every time someone asks that on the stream, take a sip. Oh, he did it on purpose. Drink. Mr. Camera Junkie, yes, especially my Bluetooth headphones. I don't know if he was referring to me. Ah, man, I'm behind on the chat, like always. Over 9,000 Kelvin. Okay, yeah. No, I don't really go over 9,000 Kelvin. At that point, I'd probably go into the RGB modes or the Hue HSI modes and pick a blue. David Gonzalez says, why is this the last live stream? I know what you guys are doing now. Cheers. Knob Creek, smoked maple bourbon. Yeah, that was a great video, and you can always point them to this comparison. Yes. And there's affiliate links to all the lights that I recommended in that video. So, I reinvest all the money this channel makes back into the channel, so that's just another way to provide funds for the channel to buy stuff to talk about for you guys. And Neil says, nailing it on explaining that it depends on your use case. Thank you. Gabe Harris says, what's up, Tommy? Just here, and I hope you're having a great night. Oh, thank you. I am having a great night, and thank you for showing up. Brad Fogel, he skipped my sneaky unreleased light question. Yeah, I don't have, I can't answer any questions on unreleased lights that have embargoes on them. I'm bound by, my word. So I have to keep my integrity and not talk about any of those. Let's see. Just Sampson. Yeah, I've seen Caleb use that little screen. Was thinking of picking one up as well. Tommy, why is this the last stream? Oh my God. I know I said I would do it, and I know I said I'm a man of my word and integrity and all that, but when this class is empty, the stream is generally over, and it's only been 33 minutes. Tommy Calloway, how do you power boost the HDMI cables? I don't know. I don't have a power booster. I've never done it. Brad Fogel, Gabe Harris, Brad Fogel, I converted HDMI to 100-foot SDI and converted it back at the other end. That's smart. I guess that's a way you could do it. And that's a great way to do it. Yeah, that's what Brad says. All right. So Eduardo says, has your Rotolite already arrived? No, it has not. The Rotolite Titan X1 has not arrived yet. That will be here next week. I think it'll probably, I guess it'll ship next week. It'll probably arrive around the same time as the Red Komodo. So we've got a really exciting next month or so and moving forward for this channel. So we got a lot of really exciting things coming up. Over 9,000 is from the anime culture. Oh, I know about that, dude. Everybody knows Over 9,000 is from Dragon Ball Z. What is it? That's like one of the first episodes when they're scanning Vegeta, right? Come on, dude, I know. Or is it Piccolo? I don't remember. Let's see. David Gonzalez. Tommy, why is this the last stream? Great. So, yep. It's in the description because we're moving to Thursdays. Brad Fogel, I just asked if there's a sneaky light lighting you tonight. Looking forward to the Aperture Holiday Party sale. No, there's actually no sneaky lights tonight. This one over here is the Lupo Dayled 650, I've had it for over a year. It is a solidly reliable Fresnel, super bright, very high quality light. Got the Aperture Nova, Intelitech, LC120, KMTV Bolton Andromeda Slim Tube, Falcon Eyes RX 818, and the Lupo Super Panel Full Color 60. No sneaky lights. Lorenzo, do you have any insight into the availability timeframe for the P300 and the 600D? Lorenzo, I don't have any availability info for when those lights are shipping, and I guess the best person to ask would probably be Aperture. I know that they'll have more insight than I will. All they do is they just send me stuff and ask me to review it and say, don't talk about this until this date, please. So that's the extent of my relationship with knowing about their product development. I have no idea. Brad Fogel says, tomorrow may be an expensive day for me depending on what's for sale. Yeah, so Aperture's running a huge sale tomorrow on lights. Every like 30 minutes they're doing a live stream with a new sale every 30 minutes. So yeah, Nils Coes, wait, why is this the last stream? Yeah, he knows why. It's because I'm moving the streams to Thursdays. Here, we'll do this one differently. Cheers. That's genius, Gabe Harris. Yeah. All right, so we're all caught up. Now let's talk about some interesting stuff that we've got going on here. So this is my wireless probe lens Sony a7S III transmitter with the Mars 300 that is V-mount battery powered for eternity. It's still at 100%. No, it's not. It's not 100% battery power. It's at 37%. I didn't charge it. But that's a fun one. Would you guys like to learn about that? Let me know in the comments. That one's fun. Basically, I have a V-mount battery plugged into a Bebob V-mount to D-tap battery plate on a crocodile clamp, and that thing is clamped onto this little iFootage tripod, and that has on it a Hawkwoods D-tap to USB-C power converter. That converter pipes in 60 watts of USB-C power into the Sony a7S III, which will keep this thing powered for eternity, which is awesome. I used to use it with the Fuji X-T3, but that camera is now just kind of not being used very often. And so that's how I power my cameras with a V-mount over USB-C and also transmit wirelessly over to the stream. And that is our whiskey cam. There we go. Brad Fogel also has custom aperture light symbology. Let's see, we got some text messages here. Let's see what's going on. 10:37. No. Little scheduling conflict. Looks like something out of Gundam Z. Yeah, thank you. Had any need for powering the lens? No, actually, I have so many lights that I have not needed to activate the little LEDs on the probe lens yet, because when you have really good lighting, I mean, that's what they're for. It's because it's at f14 right now in this setup. But I got this lens specifically for this setup because at f14, if you run the camera at ISO 12,800, there's no noise, and the a7S III performs flawlessly in low light. So you don't need as much light as you would if you were running it at a lower native ISO like 800, which a lot of people use this lens at. So it was a kind of a clever setup that I could use whatever lighting I'm using to light myself and still run the camera with the probe lens at that lighting, even at f14. And so I'm going to be using that lens also on the Red Komodo and do a comparison of why the Sony a7S III might outperform the Red Komodo in specific situations where your only option is to use a higher ISO. Also, if you have as many lights as I do, the CRI on the probe lens is awful. It's like casts this green light. I've seen it in all the videos that I've watched about the probe lens. So that's why I do it that way. Mr. Camera Junkie, I think Otis would disagree. Yeah. Brad Fogel, it'll be an early part. It's like an earlier sale party this year. Every 30 minutes, different companies have special sales, only live for 30 minutes. And Aperture, oh yeah. So I guess there's like only 30-minute increments of their sale windows. So you have to buy it within those 30 minutes. So you have to watch it and buy it as they announce them. Brad Fogel, earlier comment, new Citus Link app update, has a light diagramming tool. That's awesome. I'm going to download that. That's cool. So I could bring those in on my streams. Yeah, I can't refill the whiskey glass tonight. I'm not trying to get plastered this evening. Just we'll hang out with you guys, let you guys know that the stream is moving to Thursday evenings. That's it, real quick one. And that's really it. There's not a whole lot going on this evening other than that announcement. So show up on Thursday next week, 10 p.m. We'll be, I don't know if we should still call it Getting Lit or if we should call it Thursday Night Lights. We'll stick with Getting Lit. I've got merch coming out in a year and a half that I've been thinking about and never executing on. It's going to be Getting Lit with a picture of a light. Yeah, I don't have anything else going on this evening. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for coming on, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the stream and watching my videos. If you would like to watch my more recent video it's a 30-minute masterclass of what light you should buy if you don't know what light you should buy at what budget level. I had a lot of fun making it, and I think that a lot of people will enjoy it. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. And that's it. Save your questions for next time. I'll be back. Peace.